Hey everyone, my name is Kurt Frankum and I'm the Executive Director of Leading LDS. If you're watching this video, you're probably a donor to the Leading LDS mission. Thank you. Seriously, I'm trying not to sound too cliche or rehearsed when I say this. Thank you for donating. Your donation has made so much possible. It is important you understand the impact you're having in the lives of lay leaders across the world. You donated, but what are we actually doing with that donation? Here are some highlights from the last few months. For the Leading LDS Podcast, we have surpassed 500,000 downloads. We've hit as high as 50,000 downloads just in 1 month. So that 1 million download mark isn't too far out there. We average 30,000 visitors to our website a month. We've had some respectable names join us on the podcast, like John Hester from the Ken Blanchard Companies, Clive Wynn from Dale Carnegie Training, Bennett and Becky Borden from North Star, John Berger, author of Datanomics, Elder John H. Groberg, the first 70 on the podcast. What a fun podcast that was to record. The podcast is so fun to produce, and we get raving reviews each week about the impact it's making in the lives of leaders across the world that are listening to our library of almost 250 episodes. Imagine that. When a New Relief Society president is called and is desperate to know how to develop her leadership ability, she has a library of almost 250 episodes that you made possible. Now, obviously, the podcast has been going great, but I didn't feel like we were really creating solid training opportunities for leaders to participate and learn from just from the podcast. So we started producing an interactive webinar series every Saturday morning to really drill down into leadership topics and allow listeners to ask questions live and interact with our guests on a more real-time basis. 2 years ago, that wouldn't even have been a possibility. But with your donation, we were able to purchase a lighting system to enhance our video quality. Actually, shining on me right now. A set of cameras and expensive webinar software to make this all possible. We've already covered topics on the webinar like how to mentor somebody struggling with addiction, how to better fellowship LGBT members in our ward, understanding the destructive power of shame, how to effectively mentor new leaders, how to take minutes in a council or presidency meeting, and even how to streamline the records cleanup process. Ward clerks love that one. So how are we able to create an in-depth resource that are available for lay leaders across the world? Because of you, your donation did this. Stop for a moment and understand what we are able to do with your help. There are bishops across the globe that are acting with more confidence when a member seeks their help. There are Relief Society presidents understanding those they lead on a deeper level. Just the other day, I had a bishop tell me he loves the content that we produce, not just because it enhances his leadership ability, but does so without requiring him to go to another meeting. Leading LDS creates rich content in a way that is easy to consume on the go as a leader drives to work, as they wash dishes, as they go for a jog, whatever it is, it's available. Now, this is what we have done, but what is in our future? I'm excited to announce 2 focuses that are coming up in the next few months that will be an incredible resource for lay leaders. The first one is related to an important day after Thanksgiving. You're probably familiar with Black Friday, where the whole country shops in the early morning just to get incredible holiday deals. Then we have Cyber Monday, where everyone returns to their job and acts like they're working when in reality, they're shopping online for the best deals there. But not enough people realize that after Cyber Monday comes Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is a movement that refocuses individuals to give to organizations that are having a positive impact in the world. Organizations like Leading LDS. Plus, it's a great time to make charitable donations for tax purposes before the end of the year. So this year on Giving Tuesday, which is November 28th, we are attempting something like no other organization. Leading LDS will be hosting a 24-hour leadership telethon where we speak with LDS members in every time zone of the world and learn about their LDS culture, life, and of course, leadership experience. You'll be hearing more about this the start of November, and we hope that you participate. The last big event coming up in the future of Leading LDS is the Teaching Saints Virtual Summit, We had such positive feedback from our last virtual summit that we wanted to organize another, but this time we are focusing on the ever-important leadership skill of teaching. We will learn from experienced teachers like Brad Wilcox, Jason Hewlett, Dave Crenshaw, Jeff Burke, Jenny Smith, Scott Newman, just to name a few. Through the Teaching Saint Virtual Summit, we hope to answer the nagging leadership question of how to develop better teachers in our ward and also develop ourselves as great teachers. The Teaching Saints Virtual Summit will probably launch after the holiday season, but it is going to be epic. I've already recorded 5 of the 20+ guests we will have, and you will not be disappointed. Now, of course, we need more of your help, but it's important for you to understand the impact you have had already on lay leaders across the world. At this point, there are 2 ways for you to consider helping us move forward. Number 1, you need to understand the expense that retaining donors is on leading LDS. We have to take time away from the mission of leading LDS in order to ask for more donations or to retain a past donor to help us fund the future of our organization. That's why it's so important that we get all of our donors to become core leaders and contribute on an automatic monthly or yearly donation. Set it and forget it. The more consistent the funding is, the more consistent we can be with hitting our goals. Number 2, if you're already an auto donor, we need you to consider increasing that donation. Maybe it is increased only by $1 or $2. We don't expect you to give more than you can afford. Consider what you give to companies like Netflix or Amazon each month. Maybe match your leading LDS donation to what you contribute to your entertainment budget. So, would you take a moment and consider what you have contributed to leading LDS? Maybe you wrote a check last year or submitted an online contribution. We've probably spent that and need further help to hit the goals we have coming up. If you're a core leader, auto donor on a monthly or yearly basis, would you consider increasing that monthly contribution? We appreciate any additional help you can offer, but I want the main message of this video to be one of gratitude. We are reaching the lay leaders of the church in ways that has never been done by a third-party organization. We are truly helping leaders take their ability to a level of their authority. Stay tuned for more information about Giving Tuesday, and until next time, be a leader and not a column.